slow cooking them. And then they went on that, turn them afterburners on. They got no answers, Skip. They got no answers now. I don't like the way they finished the game because I thought they let Kendrick Nunn get a nice little rhythm. And he was first-team all-rookie, Skip. He can play, but he got COVID, kind of fell out of the rotation. Now he's going to be back in the rotation. I expect the Heat to come back, guns are blazing on Friday night. But, Skip, they got to do something better than this. They got to find an answer for AD and LeBron because if they don't, if Danny Green, KCP, the threes, if they can just hit a few early, that's all they need. Skip, they don't need to go like the Rockets go 25 or 57. They don't need to just hit a few early. So now you can't just pack the paint. It's over. It'll be over.
Okay.
And the Clippers choke. Don't say it. Don't you say what the Clippers would have done to the Lakers. Don't say it, Skip Bayless. Don't you say a word about no Clippers.
The all-time shame is that the Clippers didn't get to the Lakers because we would have gotten to watch the real NBA Finals, Clippers beating Lakers.
Well, they should have put them in the East then.
I hate to say I told you so, but I've been telling you so. This is an epic mismatch. The Heat, unfortunately, got exposed last night. And when they got exposed, I'm talking about just like ripping all their clothes off. Because this was embarrassing. And look, they're just too small. It starts right there.
They're small.
The Lakers' point guard is bigger than the Heat center. Obviously, I'm talking about LeBron at 6'9", 250-ish, to Bam, who's 6'9", 230-ish. And the truth is, as much as I love to watch the Heat play offense, they are a liability on the other end of the floor.
They are.
They have tried to fake it until they make it with this zone. And they tried last night to start in man. And Jimmy Butler mostly took LeBron. And then Jay Crowder, as you mentioned, tried AD for a while. Then they tried everybody on AD. They don't have an answer. Then they reverted back to their zone. And that didn't work either because they're just limited on defense.
Correct.
And Bam got exposed because he wound up with 8 points and 4 rebounds. I realized after 22 minutes, he hurt, whatever. It's weird. He holds his wrist, but it's his shoulder,
right?
Which is a little odd to me, but he holds his wrist.
But Skip, what I don't understand, okay, I got a left shoulder injury. Why would I go bang that shoulder into Dwight Howard?
I don't know. He obviously bounced right back from it against Boston.
Right.
So maybe he'll bounce right back. I don't know. It looks like he's in anguish when he's holding his wrist, like he can't go anymore. And last night he did opt out of the game, so he didn't come back in. But before I get to those injuries, I want to make the point, those injuries all occurred after the damage was done.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, they lost because they got hurt.
Well, Dragic kind of got hurt in the first quarter, though, Skip, but I don't know if he could have stopped that bleeding.
I don't know, but here's the point. The Heat have to make their shots. And if they make their shots and keep on making their shots for 4 quarters, yeah, you can have some problems.
Right.
Because they literally have to outscore you. Boston got whatever it wanted on offense.
Yes.
Boston's shots just didn't fall enough. So last night, to your point, it starts out with the Heat moving the ball, picking and rolling and cutting and getting their open looks and making their open looks. And Jimmy Butler had 9 quick early points, and Jay Crowder hit 2 threes. And Bam actually had 6 early points. And all of a sudden, to your point, it's 23-10 Heat. And Shannon Sharp, way up there, the hills up in Bel Air, Palatial Estate, is sitting back saying, uh-oh, maybe these guys are for real. They're not for real. It's all a mirage, an Orlando mirage, because as LeBron said, we got punched in the mouth and we said, oh, we got to get more physical.
Right.
So here they came. And this is what's so weird to me. Playoff Rondo emerged. Once they put Rondo in, things started to click and pop.
Yep.
Because the first shot that gets hit to stop the bleeding was by Rondo. He makes an 18-foot jumper, which he's not known to do.
No.
But he makes it. If we could see that, and it leads to the 2 KCP shots were the shots of the game. So Rondo first, here's Rondo, and they're in big trouble, and he shoots a little step back, fall away, and makes it. I'm like, what? And then here comes KCP, and kicking it to KCP, and this is a
Corner, that's his
rainbow
shot.
swish.
Yes.
And I thought, ooh, that cut it down to 10. And here he comes back-to-back with another one that cut it to 7, and all of a sudden it's back to a game. It
Right.
felt like, uh-oh, the Heat are going to pull away.
Right.
And those 3 shots put them back in the game. So here's the point for those out there in viewerland to absorb. It's 23-10 Heat. And guess what the run is that the Lakers go on from there? You ready for this? They go on a 77-32. 77-32 run. Let that sink into your brain. 77-32? That's 45 points. That they beat them over that stretch by 45. As you know, in an NBA game, certainly, I'm talking about a regular season game, it's hard to beat somebody by 45 over a stretch.
Right.
Okay, so what started happening to your Lakers? They started raining three-point shots,
Yes.
and to your point, they're not a very good three-point shooting team. At least they haven't been until lately. And here's the point. They made 11 in the first half, but Shannon, they made the 11. The 11th fell with 3:36 left in the first half. They were already up to 11. Danny Green bombed another 3, which he is highly capable of doing in the finals.
The one off the steal.
Yeah. and that meant they had 11 threes in not even 2 quarters, because there's still 3:36 left in the half.
Yes.
Well, I tweeted about this. If you told me on Undisputed yesterday that the Lakers were going to make 11 threes for the game, I'd say, oh, they're going to win big. They made 11 with 3:36 left in the first half. Well, what do you think's happening?
Yeah,
nothing good for the Heat.
Well, we saw this with the Nuggets also, Skip. Remember, they wait in the third quarter. They got hot, and they blow you up. Because, Skip, if they make those threes, what are you going to do with AD? You got to double him because you're too small. How do you stop LeBron from getting to the hole without clogging the paint if you got to worry about those guys raining threes on you?
And remember, the 15 total threes were the most any Laker team has ever made in a playoff game.
The most ever.
Okay, that's the most they've ever made in a finals game.
In a final game,
In a finals game. And yet, 11 of those came with 3:36 left in the first half. And here's the other killer. LeBron's first trip to a ring, 2012, we had 3 big games from 3 sort of unlikely contributors because we had a Shane Battier game, game 2. Then we had a Mario Chalmers huge game. I can't remember what it was. 4, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was the first game back in Miami. Yeah,
I think it was the second
game back in Miami.
And then the closeout game 5 was Mike Miller, 7 threes. This wasn't the case last night.
No.
Check this out. In the first half, those 11 threes, they were made by 8 different Lakers.
Yeah.
How is that possible? That means everybody on the floor almost contributed. 8 people made threes in the first half, and they all came with 3:30, down to the 3:36 mark left in the second quarter. Well, that's, you know what? That's just too good. So can you chalk it up as, oh, they just had a hot stretch? No, it didn't feel like that, because Anthony Davis looked like Wilt Chamberlain. He scored 7 of his 11 baskets point blank at the rim in the restricted area.
Correct.
Okay, if you're going to be able to do that, it's no fair.
Right.
It's going to get out of hand quickly because it's too easy. Too many easy dunks, too many easy layups. I'm sorry.